All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? This is the Billy Boy, and today we're going to be talking about 5 best ways to treat a Middle Eastern woman if you want to marry her. So I'll be here by myself, and my audience is mainly going to be people from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Indonesia. So I want to welcome you back to the What's Up Show, gentlemen. Today we're talking about something bigger than getting a woman's phone number. And that's bigger than a date. And definitely bigger than trying to impress her for one night. We're talking about marriage. And today we're asking if you're serious about marrying a Middle Eastern woman, how should you treat her? And these Middle Eastern women are absolutely gorgeous, right? And so let's take a look at some of them right here. Aren't they just absolutely gorgeous? Look at those women there. Wow. Wow, look at that one right there. All right. Because gentlemen, attraction may open the door, but your character determines whether you're invited to stay. So that's the conversation we're going to have today, folks. A beautiful woman may have plenty of men interested in her, but the man she considers for marriage has to offer something different. Man has to offer consistency, offer respect, emotional security, romance, and most importantly, serious intentions backed by serious behavior. And gentlemen, watching us in India and in Pakistan, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Middle East, America, Europe, Africa, and everywhere else, stay with us because we're giving you 5 ways to treat a Middle Eastern woman when marriage is your goal. And number 5 is where everything comes together. Before we start though, remember to subscribe, like this video, put some comments in there, and when the show is over, fill out our viewer survey. Tell us which relationship topic you would want us to tackle next. So let's get into it. Are you ready? Let's get into it now. Respect her identity and don't reduce her to a stereotype. Gentlemen, rule number 1, learn who she is. Not who social media told you Middle Eastern women are. Don't walk into the relationship saying Middle Eastern women say always do this, and Arab women believe that, and Muslim women are supposed to do this. That's not courtship. That's stereotyping. The Middle East contains different nations, languages, religions, cultures, social classes, family traditions. Even two sisters raised in the same house can even completely have different marriages. So ask intelligent questions. What does marriage mean to you? How important is religion? What relationship do you want with your extended family? Do you want children? What are your career ambitions? How do you believe a husband and wife should handle money? How do you handle disagreements? Now, that's how mature man learns about woman. And here's another one. Learn something about her culture because you care, not because you're performing for her. Learn a few words of her language if she speaks another language. Learn about the foods she grew up eating. Understand important holidays. Ask about her childhood and ask about her parents. Learn what makes her proud of where she comes from. And don't fetishize her. Don't tell her I always want to have an exotic Middle Eastern woman. Gentlemen, no. Treat her like a human being that you're considering building a life with. So lesson number 1, respect the woman before you pursue the wife. That is your lesson number 1. All right, so now let's go on to the next one. Number 2 is huge. If you want her to feel secure with you, be consistent. Don't call her 10 times Monday and disappear on Saturday. Don't promise dinner and cancel every other date. Don't talk about marriage one week and say you're just seeing where things go the next. A man seeking marriage needs behavioral credibility. That means your actions, your words match. You said you'll call, then call. All right? You made plans, then show up. You're running late, then tell her. You disagree, well, then speak respectfully. You made a mistake, own up to it. That's maturity, you see. And emotional security doesn't mean controlling her. Checking her phone number isn't security. Telling her what she can wear isn't security. Separating her from friends isn't security. Jealousy isn't proof of love. Security means you know where you stand with me. A secure woman should be able to say, he respects me even when we're disagreeing. He doesn't embarrass me. He doesn't threaten the relationship. Every time he's angry, he keeps his word. I can trust his intentions. Gentlemen, that's power. So lesson number 2 is consistency. Creates trust, and trust creates security. All right, that is my lesson 2 for you. All right, so now let's go on to lesson number 3. Gentlemen, we are not turning marriage into a corporate merger. Romance the doggone woman. So some of these brothers think romance ends after 3 dates. That's why we're helping them. Gentlemen, romance doesn't require spending thousands of dollars. It requires attention. Remember, something she told you. Bring her favorite flowers. Take her somewhere meaningful. Plan the date yourself sometimes. Celebrate her achievements. Remember important dates. Send a thoughtful message when she's having a difficult day. And learn her preferred form of affection rather than assuming one woman may love flowers. Another may value uninterrupted time together. Another may appreciate practical help. Another might love elegant dinners. Another may simply want a man who puts his phone away and listens. And that's it. So don't romance some imaginary woman. Romance the woman standing in front of you. And gentlemen, here's a secret. Keep dating your wife after you marry her. Marriage shouldn't be the retirement ceremony for romance. That's a line worth remembering. So lesson number 3, attention makes romance personal. I'll say that again. Attention makes romance personal. All right. So now let's go into Number 4, now we're getting serious. For many women across Middle Eastern cultures, family relationships can play an important role in marriage. That doesn't mean every family operates the same way, but gentlemen, don't wait until you're deeply involved before discussing family and religion, especially in an intercultural relationship. Okay? Suppose you're Indian or Pakistani or Bangladeshi or Indonesian and she's Lebanese, Egyptian, Iranian, Jordanian, or another Middle Eastern nationality. You may both come from family-oriented cultures. Well, that's wonderful. But similar doesn't mean identical. Talk about difficult questions before marriage. Children, religion, finances, where you're going to live, career expectations, relationships with parents, household responsibilities, cultural traditions, boundaries with extended families, how holidays will be celebrated. And gentlemen, if meeting her parents is important to her, show up like a man with serious intentions and dress appropriately and be polite, right? Be confident without being arrogant. Ask questions and listen. Don't pretend to share religious beliefs and don't actually hold just to win approval. And that's critical. Respecting someone's faith is not the same thing as falsely claiming it. Marriage could involve religious requirements, conversions, expectations, or decisions about how children will be raised. Discuss those matters openly. So lesson number 4, respect the world without pretending to be somebody you're not. All right, so now we're going on to number 5. Gentlemen, here we are. You treated her respectfully, you've been consistent, you kept romance alive, you discussed family, religion, children, money in the future, and you both know marriage is what you want. Now what? You stop being vague. If you're mutually established that you're building towards a marriage, communicate your intentions clearly. A proposal should be romantic, but marriage itself should not be a surprise. The exact moment can surprise her. The fundamental question of whether you both are ready for marriage shouldn't. That's wisdom right there. And before buying a ring, gentlemen, find out what she likes. You know? Don't spend thousands on rings and things unless you know you're in love or unless she's wearing it. And understand her preference regarding family. Will she appreciate you speaking with her parents beforehand? Will she prefer the proposal privately? Does she dream about having family present? You know? There's a lot of stuff that you need to be thinking about here. Would she enjoy something elaborate, or would she prefer something intimate? Ask enough questions beforehand to understand her values without ruining the surprise. Then, gentlemen, speak from your heart. I say something like, if you're holding her hand, I don't want to promise you a perfect life. I want to promise that I will keep showing up for your life, for the life we build together. I respect the woman you are. I love the future we're creating, and I want you beside me for that future. And then get on your knee present your ring, and go, will you marry me? See that? Have the proposal embrace the family celebration. And notice something. The proposal wasn't the beginning of the commitment. It was a culmination of commitment already demonstrated. So don't just propose marriage. Demonstrate that you're prepared for it. So why can't a Middle Eastern woman make a great wife? Why can't a Middle Eastern woman make a great wife? Now, somebody is asking that. For the same functional reason, any woman can make an excellent wife. Some Middle Eastern women place strong importance on family, hospitality, cultural traditions, commitment, and close family relationships. Those qualities can be, wonderful foundations for marriage, but nationalities doesn't guarantee character. Don't marry a passport. Don't marry ethnicity. Don't marry a stereotype. Marry a compatible woman of character. And ladies, the same applies when evaluating the men. A man's nationality doesn't guarantee he'll be a good husband. Look for integrity, responsibility, emotional maturity, compatibility, and look for commitment. So the 5 rules and the final recap. Gentlemen, remember your 5. Number 1 is to respect her individual identity. Number 2, create emotional security through consistency. Number 3, keep romance alive by paying attention. Number 4, respect family, culture, and faith while discussing expectations openly. And number 5, make your intentions clear and propose with purpose. And there's one question every man should ask himself before proposing. Am I prepared? Am I prepared to be the kind of husband I'm asking this woman to trust with her future? If the answer is yes, gentlemen, then build something worth keeping. And now let's go to the survey. Now it's your turn. We want to hear from you. Today's survey. Which quality matters most in a husband? Is it A, loyalty, B, financial stability, C, emotional maturity, D, romance and affection, E, shared faith and family values? Put your answer in our survey and tell us why in the comments. And ladies, we especially want to hear from you. What is one thing men misunderstand about a woman feeling secure in a marriage? So, if this episode gave you something to think about, if you really like this episode, then hit that like button. Hit the like button, subscribe to the What's Up show, fill out my survey, and get into those comments. Tell us where you're watching from. Did you watch this show from India, or from Pakistan, or Bangladesh, or Indonesia, or the Middle East, or maybe from the United States, Africa, Europe? Wherever you're watching us, welcome to the conversation. Good marriages don't happen because 2 people found each other. They happen because 2 compatible people keep choosing behaviors that protect relationships. Respect her, listen to her, romance her, be consistent with her, And gentlemen, if she's the woman you're mutually decided to build a future with, put some purpose behind that proposal. I'm Billy Boy, and I want to thank you for being on today's show. I did this show without Kevin because I wanted to see could I do a show without Kevin Samuels. And this is Billy Boy on the What's Up Show. And thank you so very much. Put your comments in. I hope that you can find yourself a beautiful, beautiful Middle Eastern woman. Get down on that knee and go ahead and see if you can propose to her, because I know that one day you'll be just like what's in this picture right here, down on that one knee, and you're going to go ahead and find that very special and beautiful Middle Eastern woman. No matter where you're from India, from Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, it doesn't matter. Love is love. And I want to thank you all for being on today's show, and we'll see you on another edition of What's Up? What's Up? What's Up?